about to pull our floor mud, we can set our tile on. We usually put about 1/4 inch per linear foot, so we take a level, and this is a 2 foot level. We need probably about 7/16 to a half, and that's what we have. We set our drain at the right height. As you notice, this is a nickel drain, but we cover it up because we don't want to scratch it and keep it as nice and pretty as we can. We've got about 1 inch, 1.25 inches of mud all the way around the edges, and also 1.25 inches here at the drain. You'll notice I got a little pebble rock. I've talked about that before. That's kind of a filtering process, so water can pass through the rock and fall into the weep holes in here when this water ever gets on this pan, and it will in the future at some point. And that way that water can go in past that rock and not be clogged up by the mortar bed material. Okay, I'm going to show you how we pull this thing. And usually mud board, it takes a while to learn the system. You make it, it's basically about 4 to 1. Basically 4 sand to 1 cement. We get pre-mixed bags because it's just a lot easier. And it's just a damp mix. You don't want to put too much water in it. Basically, you want it to be like that when you squeeze it. It's just like a snowball, so to speak. See that? It's just a lot easier to work, gives you time to work it. And what I'm doing now is called a mud screed. This will be a perfectly level line all the way around the edge. Some people call it a ribbon. I call it a mud screed. It's what I'm going to work off of. And I pack that in, okay? Then just take a level, go back to my original mark there. And I just kind of roll that like this till I get right at level on it. It's got to be exact. Because when you run these tiles, you want them all to be the same size. So we know this is level. And we also rub that edge too after we cut it with a rubbing stone. Alright, then I just come back here with my trowel and kind of cut that little edge off right there, make that nice and clean. And then I just kind of, tighten it up a little bit because I'm going to be working off of that spot right there. Okay, check it again. We're in good shape right there. Now what we do, we want to make a screed to the drain. I'm going to go ahead and finish that up on the round. We're going to make a little screed to the drain. Pack it in really good. And I'll take this. Needs a little bit more in there. You kind of got to touch, you don't want to dig out your mud screed back there. Okay, now you've done that, we'll do the same thing at 4 corners. We'll do it from this corner to that corner to that corner, and so on and so forth. Now I'll finish up this mud screed right here. So come on around. Pretty much the same thing. I usually put more on that than I need. So when I pack it, I'll just come back through. I work right off that one. You don't want to dig into that right there. Okay. Just kind of clean that up a little bit. Drag that off. Trust me, this is taking me some time to learn this. And first one I did, it was a struggle, the first mud bed I did. But after you do it for a while, you kind of get the feel so you don't dig out too much mud. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's a great system. It's worked for centuries. And what we'll do, we'll go ahead and turn this up for the thickness of our mosaic, which is about 1/4 inch. Because when we lay our mosaic, we want it to be flush with the edge of the drain perfectly. So we're going to go ahead and finish up the mud, and we'll be wrapped up here in about 30-40 minutes. And then we're going to do the curb, and then we're probably going to go home for the day. Set everything while everything's dry tomorrow.